hello. It's one of those days that I'm really excited. I'm always excited, right? Thank you so much for joining in with us at CEO Drawing Board Stories today. We have an exciting conversation with a powerful guest. At CEO Drawing Board Stories, we have positioned ourselves and covenanted to bring you information from all of Africa as we work on the project of framing the African franchise ecosystem. Last series, we were on here with Winkett Muthini and Bernard, dear friends of ours, working from the Francophone countries and also from PASI as a whole. Today, we have in our midst, we freely call him the engine of PASI, in the person of Ambassador Akadiri Aminu. He's the CEO of the Federation of West African Chambers of Commerce and Industry. And he's also the Executive Director of the African Union Business Council. We're so excited to be conversing with Ambassador today on what we can do to actually build our own African ecosystem. Remember that we've done strategic partnerships around the world to give us the opportunity to trade our franchises. But the question now is, where are our franchises? Ambassador, welcome to stage, sir.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Fumilayo Adedeji Bajulaye. It's a pleasure for me to be with you. Good morning, everybody.
Much, sir. Thank you. Good morning. And thank you so much for taking out the time from your busy life as an ambassador. You need to tell us just a brief of what that life as an ambassador is like. We had to move the conversations from yesterday to today because you were coming out from one city to another, fighting battles for us that we're not aware of. So just tell us a bit about your role as an ambassador and how you are serving us as a continent, because I feel like a lot of people need to be aware of your work.
Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. And as we say in Nigeria, let me stand and greet everybody that's listening to us, that are watching this video. As you mentioned, I'm wearing the title of ambassador. Ambassador that may be different as a country ambassador. My journey here is I'm the executive director for the Federation of West African Chambers of Commerce, the entire Chambers of Commerce in West Africa. And we are with ECOWAS. We are working with ECOWAS. I'm representing the 15 country with ECOWAS. I'm permanent representative of Chambers of Commerce at ECOWAS. I'm coming from a country, Benin Republic, where they give a very strong support to Chambers of Commerce. And as the citizen from Benin Republic, at this type of a high level, my country give me support by providing a status that will enable me to work at ECOWAS. Beyond that one, FEWACCI as the fulcrum of trade and investment within the region, have the diplomatic coverage of ECOWAS. So we are working with ECOWAS to give me this title to be the permanent representative of the Chambers of Commerce with ECOWAS. What we do at ECOWAS is that we promote trades and investment across the border, access to markets. We represent the private sector in West Africa, bringing their position, their perspective to the head of state, because FEWACCI has the observer status to Africa Union Commission Head of State Summit. We have the same at ECOWAS Head of State Summit. So that gives us the possibility to discuss with a high-level authority on behalf of private sector. So that is, if I can summarize a little bit, what I'm doing here. My journey started some years ago as a business developer, as a private sector promotion expert from Benin Republic until where I am today.
Oh, thank you so much for taking on this very heavy position on behalf of all of us. I said rightly when I was introducing you to say we have a very powerful guest in our midst. When we started CEO Drawing Board conversations, we started 1.0 somewhere in 2012. By 6.0, we started talking about a word called competition. And when we were discussing, you said it that it's like everybody wants to start their own thing and nobody wants to know how to collaborate. And I called it competition, right? So collaborate to have a stronger front to be able to then compete with the right markets. And the acronym I used there was powerful collaboration. So in the room here today, CEO Drawing Board is making a powerful collaboration with FEWACCI on this work of framing the franchise ecosystem. So we started, just talking very briefly to people about, how they should take the franchise model as an inorganic way of expanding their businesses, only for us to find out that we didn't have enough franchises. We had spoken to some of our partners in Lebanon, some of them in the Caribbean islands and in Saudi Arabia, and they said, okay, bring in your franchises. And we got to a point where we started looking internally and said there was a gap. So we want to ask you, on your perspective as the ambassador, sitting in all the capacities that you wear, um, what's your perspective on franchising and its benefits to the corporate, that's the business owner themselves, the region, and continentally? What's your perspective on that, sir?
No, thank you very much for this competition that you brought out.
Mm,
You cannot do your business if you didn't have a very a good and friendly business environment. And we in
mm,
FEWACCI, our role to make sure that we use the mandate that we got from ECOWAS Treaty. That said that private sector have the capability to initiate law and pass through the legal process at the ECOWAS Commission to make it
okay.
favor for business. So talking about competition is that we cannot play if we didn't have a very good playground where
Yeah.
each of us know what we can do, what we can do. And you know that
Mm,
our markets, if I take, for example, West Africa market, about 500 million consumer, is attracting foreign and direct investments. And they
that's
cannot come
correct.
to our region if we didn't have very good legal framework.
That's correct.
That bring me back to 2005, where it was supposed to design at ECOWAS level a protocol on competition and a protocol on investment code. So I
Okay.
work with ECOWAS in drafting these two policy. And that one guides the competition within the region, guide foreign direct investment to come. So talking about a franchise is that there is a company who is not in our region that want to come with his way of doing his process. Same thing, just copy, you come here. For example, I will represent you and use your framework. That is what I understand about franchising. So we cannot have that one working if we didn't have a very strong legal business legal framework. For example, I can start like KFC, ShopRite, Coca-Cola, Pepsi, among many other who are already in our ground. At the same
In
time, you
space.
can have some other initiative, but all of them were playing where we didn't have a legal law. There is a
Sort of
law
like a
that allows
sandbox.
them to
Mm,
work, but we didn't have a boss. Like let me say it very easy for people to understand. A book where it
mm,
is right written that if you want to
yes.
work under franchising, you have to comply with X, Y, Z. So
Regulations. Yeah.
what people use is a commercial law,
Mm,
protection law,
mm,
or a consumer law. For example,
mm,
in each state, they use it to
mm.
organize the franchise. that one is not, you didn't provide a very good environment for business to work. For example, when you take Nigeria, there are some a company that set up in Nigeria. Let me check my, when I was coming on the stage, I took some
Okay.
name that I can
Okay.
share with people quickly, like
Okay.
GIG, like Mr. Big, like a Meda Plus.
Okay.
That is okay. I get my paper. So Mr. Big, for
Okay.
example, Chicken
Mm.
Republic, a
Yes.
Meda Plus Pharmacy, Ruffle and Trumbull,
Mm.
GIG Logistic, Quicker Delivery, Health
Okay.
Plus, Silverbird Cinema, for example. That is no, Silverbird is not. Silverbird is part of another ecosystem. So there are
Okay.
this initiative in Nigeria, for
Mm.
example, data show that franchise is very, very good. Is good for job creation. Is
Mm.
good for growth. So
Mm.
when we take foreign companies come in
Mm.
and we take the local
Mhm.
initiative in that of franchise, I think that we should, as a business support organization, we should play our role in helping them to have a very good legal framework that will allow them to properly work. So from our
Uh,
perspective, franchise is very
mm.
good to
Mhm.
support job creation. It's very good to support the growth.
Ambassador, you are hitting the nail right on the head because some of the in the course of our research, like we said, we spoke to franchise owners in different parts of the world, and the lady who we partnered with in Cairo, I told you, she became a friend because she's an achieved what we're trying to do here in Africa, in Saudi Arabia, and GCC markets. And every time you see her, she's always with an institutional player, a funder, policy, policy and regulatory bodies, and indeed chambers. So you find that while we didn't have this legal framework, some of these franchises came and failed, and others tried to start from the African continent and failed. You hear stories of ShopRite leaving Nigeria, right? And that's because we need to adapt the framework for franchising to Africa's unique environment. So even when we're setting up the policy and framework, it then gives us the opportunity to look at our own environment. And so these were some of the conversations we were having with Winkett last time. She said, look, we're going to create our own um, um, version of franchising so that it can address at the same time standards, cluster marketing, manufacturing, all these things. It's now the opportunity for us to bring this all forward. And we're so happy that FEWACCI is here to sort of champion that work from a policy perspective, sir. Now, I would then ask that, knowing that this is a profitable for all parties, we're talking about it's profitable for the business owner themselves, it's profitable from a continental perspective, it's profitable from a global trade perspective, um, should we then go ahead as business owners to start thinking this way and indeed start trading, um, so that we have some data to supply our framework, or should it be the other way around?
No, I smile with the question that you ask at the end. If we have to go ahead, yes, we have to go ahead. That is our
Okay.
mandate. It's our mandate
Okay.
as chambers of commerce to make
Okay.
sure that we discuss through the public-private dialogue with a policymaker to
Okay.
look at. You mentioned an example for ShopRite or some company that have come in Africa that fails. They fail
Hmm.
because the legal framework that supposed to protect them is sometimes is not existing, sometimes is
Hmm.
not
Supportive enough.
concentrate on what they can do. If I look at
Yes.
the entire Africa, for example, I'm not sure that we have in each member states law on franchise. I'm not sure. Where we can
Okay.
get is maybe only in South Africa that they have
Yes.
a very strong competition law that's
Yes. Yes.
linked to the competition law. when you look at again should be Tunisia. Tunisia is the best practice that we can have. We can even go and copy what Tunisia is doing and align
Yes.
it with other member states because they have the contract, they have the legal, they have what you can do if you want to operate in a franchising sector. So
Yes.
what do we want again? You know, the way I got some experience for working with ECOWAS before as a consultant when we were drafting the investment code that I
Yes.
really like, and I want to take this opportunity to appreciate two, three people that I work with. Professor Jonathan Aremo, our daddy, he
Wow.
worked with some people like Dr. Alfred Brahima, Mr. Peter Oloye, Mr. Sila Kalilu, the current commissioner at the
Wow.
ECOWAS Commission. What they did that I like that time is that they say, okay, in a French-speaking country, you are trying to set up your investment code. In Nigeria, in
Yes.
Ghana, you were trying, but we didn't have we didn't harmonize position. What can we do? But take the best practice in the world, and they recruit us as consultants to go and check in each member states what each member state is doing that
Mm.
align with international best practices. We take it as a where everybody align. Where we didn't agree, we take it as a where we can have a discussion. So we have
Mm.
a common position where everybody agree, and the where we didn't agree, we put it as a discussion. That helps us to draft ECOWAS investment code. So we can
Okay.
use the same thing
Okay.
for the franchise law.
Okay.
When you go to each member state, Nigeria, for example, there is a specific office where
Okay.
if you want to operate in we've got a NATOP, if you want to operate in franchise, you go to register. But
Okay.
the 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 strength of that office is not as well that can protect everybody here. So we have to go a little bit beyond. When
Yes.
you go to other country, as I said before, is under a commercial law or under intellectual property law. So we can bring all
Okay.
that one together to design a very good legal framework. Take it to account what Tunisia already provides. Look at what is going at international level. When we have that one, that will allow
Uh,
us to have a
mm.
very good policy. But you, for example, Fumilola,
Framework.
if I suppose that you are bringing a Mrs. Fumilola as a brand in Nigeria or in West Africa, it's not your role to
Okay.
draft data policy. What you can do is that
Mm-hmm.
you or many other will bring you together in chambers of commerce. We listen to you.
Mm-hmm.
What are
Mm-hmm.
your challenge? What do you think? What do you
Mm-hmm.
want? That will help us
Mm-hmm.
in chambers of commerce to organize ourselves to develop an
Mm-hmm.
advocacy paper. That
Mm-hmm.
is where FEWACCI or PASI at a continental
Mm-hmm.
level or
Mm-hmm.
African Business Council at continental level, our role is coming. We take that one and we
Yes.
use the process of a
Yes.
passing policy at the
Mm-hmm.
a policy maker to have, say, okay,
Yes.
we private sector, this is what we want.
Mm-hmm.
This is what we want. We want to have this policy. We
Mm-hmm.
did a mapping exercise. This is the people, or this is the company who are ready to
Mm-hmm.
invest in a
Yes.
franchise sector. This is the challenge
Yes.
we are facing, and
Yes.
we are calling on action to
Yes.
design for us this policy. We already started designing. Our experts can work with experts
Mm.
to
Mm-hmm.
arrange it, take it to
Yes.
the sectoral minister meeting. From
Yes.
the sectoral minister meeting, we go to the council of a minister to get
Yes.
their approval. Any
Okay.
document, any law that applies on the table of the council of a minister is like a head of state already have it. Then we have it as a law. In West Africa, for example, what I design is that the way the decisions are taken in West Africa. When we have it, West
Mm.
Africa is a 50th country, 15 out of 54. So you see
Okay.
that we have the volume plus
Yes. And the
Tunisia. We can
capacity,
now go to
certainly.
see about the AFCFTA Secretariat,
Yes.
the president of African Chambers of Commerce, the president of African Union Business Council will sit with the secretary of FCFTA and say, we as private sector, this is what we want. If you support, we will create job. If you support, we will increase the tax for government. If you support, that will bring a growth on what we want. So any investor that's interested to come to Africa can follow that
That
guideline
process.
that will be put in the table. So that
Beautiful,
is what we
beautiful.
do at national chambers of commerce, at regional chambers of commerce, at a Pan-African chambers of commerce with other business group. That is our
Okay.
mandate, and that's what we do under the strong public-private dialogue with governments.
I'm so excited. You know, that to clarify, our positioning is the ecosystem builder for the franchising in Africa. We are not the policymakers. We are not even the franchisees themselves, but we just took up that role. And like we said, we're going to be coming to your office more often so that we can get these policies out. And the urgency is now. I'm going to play the video from the partners in Cairo because, like I said, they were asking for us in these countries.
Please, Fumilola, before you play the video, it's not
Yes,
to
sir.
you to come to us. It's we, as a business support organizer, to come to you because we are working for you. We are under
Wow.
service for business people. No, we have
Wow.
to change the mindset. You see, what the person
Wow.
is doing a
Wow.
African sector hearing is that the way to
Wow.
change the mindset. We are not supposed to sit in our table, in our office, waiting for you.
Hmm.
Business, we cannot survive. If you didn't do your
Wow.
business, pay tax and pay the government provide a social tool for population. So we have to change the
Wow.
mindset to you.
Wow.
In FEWACCI, the strategy that the management approve is that we identify each value chain. We do mapping exercise to know who is in that value chain. We bring you together to
Wow.
develop a legal framework. Now we will ask you what are
Wow.
your challenges you want. Is it a
Wow.
financial having access to market, access to material, access to
Wow.
equipment? Will help us
Wow.
to design our advocacy paper. So that is the new mindset now in chambers of commerce. Not for you to come and say, I need you. No, it's for us to be on the ground every day, day by day. Thank you very much,
Wow.
Fumilola.
Ambassador, you just won my heart. You won our heart. Wow. Thank you so much for that support. So I wanted to, again, this is why we were shouting for this support to say, look, there's a gap here. So let me play Abel's video. Just give me about 2 seconds because we need to switch studio. And then I'll play the video and we'll come back up. Thank you so much, sir.
You're welcome.
I am Abir, the CEO of Franchise International, one of the national franchise companies, and the official organizer of the Egyptian-Saudi International Franchise Exhibition FRANEX 2026. We are proud to partner with our partners in Africa, led by Ms. Funmi Bajulaye, the CEO of Brewing Board. Together, we open new horizons for expansion between Africa and the Arab world, bringing together investors and brands towards real growth opportunities. We believe that Africa holds tremendous potential in the field of franchising and investment. And through our partnership with Brewing Board, we invite all African companies, brands, and investors to join us in this event. You can learn about the unique opportunities in the Egyptian and Saudi markets and be part of FRANIX, the most important and largest event in the Arab world. We welcome all African brands and ambitious investors to be part of this event in Cairo from the 10th to the 12th of January 2026. Join us and contribute to building the future expansion of your brands. The future starts here. See you in Cairo.
This is just the beginning. CEO Drawing Board 8.0. We're going from one city to the other, showcasing our African brand. If you're interested, send us an email at franchise@acrglobe.com. See you in Cairo.
Ambassador, sir, you can see what we are facing. So Aber wants us to come. Not only are they asking for us to come to Cairo, there are 2 or 3 bands of people that are supposed to be there. The franchises that we have, the businesses that could become our next tier franchises, and then ambitious investors that will buy their own franchises, which they've taken their time, their policymakers, and all the support to create. So, first of all, sir, you are coming to Cairo. I'm canvassing.
I hear you. I take notes. I will talk to my boss.
Okay.
I will talk to my management, and for your information, I have the president of African Business Council. She's in Cairo, Dr. Mane Ashfo.
Wow. That would
So
be really nice.
you are not inviting me. I will be in my office, because I have my office is in Cairo. So I have an office in Nigeria at ECOWAS, and the second one is in Cairo. So we will welcome each of us.
Fantastic. So why should our businesses take advantage of this thinking? Because for me, I don't like to tell people what to do, educate them what to do. I sort of like to show them the benefits of being ready. So if a business, for instance, was already franchise ready, they go to Cairo and we have Arab and European investors ready to buy their brand. And I'm very selfish about this campaign, because the success of the business is not the business's own. It's our continent that is being represented in these other continents. And it's global trade. So the campaign for CEO Drawing Board is to get people thinking about, why should my brand be beyond 5 branches? Why should I be thinking 100 branches? Why should I be thinking to penetrate in this market? So we want you to help us lend a voice to that thinking. Ambassador, sir, can you hear us, sir?
I can hear you. Yeah, there is a small gap of internet from my room. So sorry for that one. If I understand your question, asking that for the coming event in Cairo, how people can join and take advantage of meeting the big firm in the world in the franchise, if I hear you very well.
That's correct. But I was also saying that, could you lend a voice to our business owners? That's the regular business owner thinking about using franchising as an expansion model, knowing that those that use that are brands that will then represent us in the global stage.
Yes, as I mentioned when we start this discussion, I brought a very successful experience from Nigeria. When I bring up Mr. Big, GIG, all the brand that you have in Nigeria, is that that show the commitment that going in franchise is very good for the business. It's very good for growth. It's very good for a job creation. And any
Okay.
business people is looking for where they can get a opportunity. What we do in Chambers of Commerce in FEWACCI is to provide a opportunity for business through the existing business law that we have. Even though we didn't have an existing law in each member state, but they still have some legal framework that allow to proceed. I believe that
Okay.
coming to Cairo during this event will be an opportunity for you people to meet, to discuss.
Mm.
It will be
Mm.
also an occasion to discuss, to brainstorming, to share our experience on what
Yes.
do we have on the ground. What do we need?
Yes.
It can be
Yes.
for us as a Pan-African Chambers of Commerce, African Union Business, Chambers, African Union Business Council, or other regional
Okay.
chambers of commerce, an opportunity to meet, to
Yes.
discuss with participants. And from that event in Cairo, we'll come
Yes.
out with a strong paper, a strong advocacy
Okay.
paper that
Okay.
and a recommendation that will help to call on action a
Okay.
policy maker, all the people that can join us to enable us to have this a harmonized law or a guiding principle to operate under the franchise sector.
I'm so looking forward to this journey ahead. I'm so looking forward to the journey, and it shows because some of us, while we were growing up, they kind of told us there was a monster in the streets. So there's nobody that's going to help when you want to carry out things. But to know that bodies like FEWACCI exist, first of all, proactively creating a framework that makes our Africa a beautiful place for us, and then looking out for the prosperity of businesses, and indeed, creating a safe environment for the international businesses to trade with us. We are so grateful. I am so grateful. Like I mentioned to you, from making yourself available to the support, and even saying, "Oh, I said we are going to come to you." You said, "No, we will come to you." I'm so grateful for your presence, for who you are, for the bodies that you represent, and there is hope on the African continent. There really is. Is there anything that you would like our viewers today, anything in particular you like our viewers today to go away with by way of action and next steps, Ambassador? Sir.
Yes, thank you very much, Fumilola, for this opportunity that you give me. Most of the time when we discuss or when we do business, there are many opportunities surrounding us that we didn't know. There are many
Okay.
information that we didn't know, and I come out with this. I'm saying that the challenge we are facing most of the time is that we didn't know the information. So we had to get the information.
Mm,
Secondly, we had to take the information
mm,
and work with the information. And thirdly, we had to
okay.
take all the opportunities that the information is bringing to us. So if I say that one is
Okay.
sometime when you explain people FEWACCI, people will say FEWACCI another organization, another a COVID-19 organization. No, FEWACCI exists since 1972. We were created
Wow.
since 1972 as the platform for the entire West Africa Chambers of Commerce from Nigeria to
Hello, sir. Hello.
Mauritania.
Okay. I think you're back. You're back online. You said FEWACCI was
We
created since
are we
1972.
we even I'm back. Can you hear me now? Sometimes there is
Yes.
internet. Anyway, so
We can
I
hear
said
you.
that as FEWACCI was set up, we participated in the creation of ECOWAS. So what
Okay.
people didn't know about FEWACCI is FEWACCI created a vehicle that is serving business within the Africa. Everybody know about the EcoBank. EcoBank is an initiative from FEWACCI. everybody know
EcoBank,
ASCAI,
sorry, say that again.
that
They
is
need to hear
the
that EcoBank came
company
from FEWACCI.
supporting the movement of people in West Africa.
Hello, sir. Can you hear me now, sir?
Yes,
You said
I can hear
EcoBank.
you. So
You said EcoBank came from FEWACCI. That's what you just said.
exactly.
Wow.
Exactly. EcoBank is an initiative from FEWACCI to support the payment system issue within the West Africa. And the
Hey,
EcoBank is, we are very proud to have it as one of the tools that improve the regional economic integration. We did the
wow.
same by providing Sky as a regional company to support the movement of people across the West Africa. And that's what I think even ASCAI is one of a typical example of improving FCFTA because
Okay.
Ethiopian airline is a technical a technical partner inside ASCAI. And ECOWAS supports regional business by putting in place a legal framework that we call community enterprises that enable citizens from the region to come together and invest. So that type of information is not known by everybody. That's
It's
where
not.
we need to change our mind. We need to
Hmm.
change our mindset by informing people, by providing information to people. There is the law that will support your business, but you need to know it. There is the financial possibility for everybody within the country. We need to popularize it. So that's where we in Chambers of Commerce, we have to change our way of providing services to our members. So to conclude my discussion with you, Mrs. Fumilola, is that I'm very, very happy to have you. I'm very happy that you convinced me to come on the platform to discuss with you. I want to use
Thank
your
you.
platform to inform that we have to support business in the region. It's our role, it's our mandate. We have to get close to you, share information with you, build your capacity. If we succeed in providing a harmonized law on franchising, the next step will be how we will capacitating our members, how we sensitize them to know that there is that law, how we can bring them to take advantage of the business opportunity going in the franchise sector. So that is what I can bring on the table as my last conclusion to our discussion. We know that there is a challenge, there is a legal framework that is not existing or is not very in line to support the environment. We will do our best to have it. We know that in
Thank
the business there is a financial a gap challenge. We will play our role as an advocacy platform to provide a very friendly discussion between a government and private sector. So that is what I can bring as a conclusion to our discussion. And thanks to you again for enabling me to talk with
Ambassador, thank
uh,
you. Thank
you.
you.
Welcome.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much. And CEO, that's why we did the CEO drawing board stories, because we didn't have enough information outside on what was available to support this journey. And so we are going to be telling a lot more of FEWACCI's stories. We will communicate for you, sir. We will. In the magazine and in the stories and even in the media production, we are so happy to do that. I mean, to think that Echo Bank came from you, we will tell our stories, and so that we can get compensated for the work that we've done on the continent and even globally. I'd like to thank the ambassador again openly. Every comment, every viewer, help us thank the ambassador for taking time out of his busy schedule for the work that he has done for us as a continent that we're not aware of before today, and what he's covenanted to do with us in this journey into 2026. Ambassador, to you, to the entire board of FEWACCI and the African Union Business Council and all other institutions I represent, we say thank you from CEO Drawing Board Stories today. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you very much. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, and to our viewers that have joined in from us today, for me, it was such an educative session. It was such an empowering session. More of this is coming. Remember, we just watched the video that is inviting business owners, ambitious investors, and the ones who are the existing franchise owners to come with us to Cairo. If you need more details about it, please click on the link below. Also, follow CEO Drawing Board. If you've been some of you have been watching online, but you haven't followed, so that you can get the updates of what is the support that we have on the continent to build our franchises and indeed businesses as a whole. Thank you for joining us in from wherever you joined in today. We started a bit early, but we know that you can watch the rebroadcast. It will be replayed again, so that at the different time zones that you wanted to watch, you can watch it again. So CEO Drawing Board Stories will bring you more. And in fact, we'll take you through the entire journey as we go to Cairo and the 4 cities that we're setting out to go to in the CEO Drawing Board 8.0 from the year 2026. But the words that I will give to you as an African business owner is that you are positioned in a very, very unique way today. You are sought after by every member of the continent if you're a business owner. Your business is not just your own, it's an asset that represents our value as a continent. So you must deliver excellence on the continent in your teams, in your structure, in your presence, not just for your sake, for the continent and for posterity. I remain Fumi Lola Adedeji Bajulai OET, the host of CEO Drawing Board, president of ACR Global Holdings, and of course, the daughter of the Holy Spirit. Thank you for joining us today, and we look forward to seeing you in the next programming and reading from you. God bless you.